It's 4:49 p.m. Wednesday, November 11th, 2020. I had to get onto the channel again one last time to tell you about closing the Spiritual Foundation shop for a few months. We already have the information on it as of yesterday, November 10th, so people would know. But to tell you now, the only thing we're selling is spheres. And at this moment, until we do close, which the first day we will be closed is November 22nd. So that means if you could get an order in, if you want to put one in, if you please place it before 12 o'clock midnight, November 21st, then we'll take care of it, but we can do no necklaces or anything anymore. I'm finally about to get out of this stupid body, and Deanna's got so much that she's doing. There's no time to do anything else. The store is going to be closed until at least mid or late April of 2021. Deanna needs to have some time to relax. It's hard to take care of me. Take care of me, the cats, the indoors, outdoors, all the animals, raccoons, opossums, birds. We had one bird to come over here and come up to Deanna, and actually a wild bird now, and just eat out of her hand. Deanna's just always been like that. And you know, we're not the only ones like this, okay? Don't ever think that we think we're so damn special. I'm special ops, okay? Nobody can do what I do, and I was made to be like that in the beginning. I'm no better than a stick in a cow turd. I just am what I am. I was made to protect and serve. That means I hold you up. Not above you, below you, holding you up, but equal to you and whatever. All of us are equal to each other. We can do things better than each other, but we're all equal. Now, after she just relaxes for a very, very short bit, Deanna has to get with Alex, our ET hybrid friend that we've put all this stuff together with, and some of her physical family members out in Spain. And she's going to just get on the ship with Alex and grab a hold of one of her brothers and take off, and they'll go there. They're going to sign the paperwork for the Arae Foundation, the Essex Ramirez Anaya Foundation. And then they're immediately, they'll have a little toast, and then immediately thereafter they'll sign all the paperwork for the foundation, for as the founding members of the new nation of the seas, which is about to be a done, finished legal thing. Then they'll sign that, and then it's all official. Now, the Essex Ramirez Anaya Foundation is a physical family foundation. It's the Ramirez and Ramirez Anaya family out in Spain. Of course, there's the Essex family from me. But that's just my son, and he'll be going with me soon after I go. I need to take good care of him. And then there's all the many, many, many children, and I'll just say it's less than 100 that Deanna and I have had made of our own DNA material, not clones, but actual children. So There's also homes already purchased in Coral Gables, Florida, that the Arae Foundation, as well as the new Nation of the Seas, where she has to move and get set up down there. She's got to go out with her brothers and still buy some personal boats that we haven't got. We've got most of the large boats, the Mangustas, Rivas, and such. We're a nation of the seas. That's why it takes this. And you're going to find Deanna and the other folks, when they get settled in, going in and out of Coral Gables to our home in the Bahamas. And they'll be excuse me, they'll be flying around there, just having fun. But you'll see the ET ships flying right next to them and with them. Sometimes none, sometimes one, and sometimes whatever, 10, whatever's there. And they'll be coming into the Coral Gables area near Miami. So anyway, everyone's going to start finding out what's going on real soon. Everything's about to change. There's two. I'm going to get into current events in just a moment, but first I need to cover some other stuff. Also, before Deanna can open up the shop again, she's working with her different family members where they're going to create they're going to make a new shop for the Spiritual Foundation, because it won't just be Deanna, and used to be Deanna and I, but now it's just my energy and Deanna. But it's about to be a bunch of, her family is huge. We have over 40 family members around them, around the earth that are becoming part of this. And so she'll have that shop set up, but it'll take a little while. And in the meantime, Deanna's getting, busy with the rest of the family. They're all coordinating stuff with the Arae Foundation itself and the new nation, this new Nation of the Seas. The backers behind the Arae Foundation, the Essex Ramirez Anaya Foundation, there's two large groups of ET partners, so to speak. And one group is the first group is what we call the Orange Group, and it has a lot to do with energy. And also one of the ET hybrids is actually very close to President Trump. I'll explain more about President Trump in a minute. And then another one, I'm going to go ahead and tell you because it's okay. Elon Musk is an ET hybrid. And he is part of the blue group, number 2. Now, these two groups have incredible amounts of money. Now, this other gentleman that's very close with President Trump, as well as Elon Musk. Now, they have a lot of money, but they're the small contributors. Some of these individual contributors, they own a few planets each. I mean, these people are incredibly wealthy. And what stands behind the Essex Ramirez Anaya Foundation, as well as the Nation of Seas, and these two groups are part of it, but also it's the Alliance of Life, which originally was the Alliance of Planets. That's all covered in Book 3. As far as the dates, I don't hardly remember. Maybe 2016, 2018. I have no idea. Okay. I have almost nothing left of a memory. I'm getting a lot of help just to get this out. Anyway, also what stands behind both the Arae Foundation and this new Nation of Seas is the founding, it's creation's alpha male and female. It's literally in the completeness of what I am inside this body. The part of me I call Jara is the main focal point of this arrow called this spirit called Arae. So I am the primary part of Arae stuck in this body called J. And anyway, so, and the military, the support we have, military, health, farming, anything, no matter where you call it, the backers are all the power in creation. Limitless, backing, and protection. Lily and I are the mother and father of the Drock race. And you will meet the Drock. And if you plan to meet them, please bring a second set of clothes, because you might very well soil the set you're wearing. They are dragons. They're about 8 foot tall, maybe 10, and they weigh the full-grown, healthy adults. They weigh maybe as little as 800, but usually 1,000 pounds or more. So anyway, so once all that's put together, then Deanna will get the spiritual foundation open again, and you'll see there's going to be so much more available than what is now. It won't even look you'll know it's the same store, you can tell, but it'll be ridiculous, the amount of products we have. Okay. I had to write this stuff down. It took me a day. I can't remember anything anymore, and that's good. I'm anxious. I'm very happy now that I'm about to be out of here. I've only been waiting 5 years. On the way the other side was set up, there's problems. There was the original first being male and female. They literally ran it as a communist nation. They were the rulers, and whatever they wanted is all that mattered. And the more they abused you to make you bigger, to serve their purposes, so you could get together later and release you and your other half, your actual spirit mate, your actual one spirit mate, and release more of you, so there'd be more prayer machines and everyone pray to them, etc., etc. Well, they're dead. That was your God thing. So anyway, being done with that, I need to also remind you that all stones that come into and leave the spiritual foundation store are going to be cranked up. I'll be the Deanna and other source members. They'll be cranking them up when the stones get there, and when they leave, and so will I. But then as the products like the spheres are put together for individuals, I'm going to crank it up again as it leaves to go to them. So I'm not going to be there in body of it. I'm finally going to be myself, and I'm all over the place. I'm everywhere as myself. Okay, now something I need to bring up now is this ugly-looking guy that they call Georgia. What's his last name? Soros? Yeah, that's him. Let me tell you what he is. His body was put together, the DNA of his mother was put together by the original first being female, with the intent of building an extremely intelligent body, and then she put her own energy in it to make sure he was very, very smart. As the embryo was growing inside George Soros' mother, and it started to develop, then they put planetary essence was put in there, and then after that went in there and settled down, then they put a soul in there that was 27% lower or negative frequencies. And a short time after that happened, he was born. And as soon as he came out, the original first being female plus another source being called Lydia, She was a great problem, and she's not around anymore. Imagine that. I've done an incredible amount of cleaning on the other side, and I'm about to finish it when I get out of here. I won't be here for 2021, physically anyway. I'll always be here. Nothing can get rid of me. But anyway, they grabbed a piece of original first being essence. Original first being negative source, and shoved it inside the body. And then it took over the body. So what's inside George Soros is very dark, nasty, negative, pure original source energy. When I say pure, I'm talking about pure nasty. It's just original negative source. And it happens, and this particular piece of it is 87% lower frequencies. That's why you look at George Soros and stuff, and they know he easily just openly says, people don't matter. I don't care about this. I don't believe in a God or anything. I do what I want, And if I can do it to people, if I can screw people over, and they let me, because they can't stop me, then good. Good for me. That's why he's like that. Now, I've gone to him 2 times to pull that out of him and kill him. Now, a lot of y'all know that I've done a lot of stuff. When you had angels bothering you, I go get them, take care of them. A few of you have had people that had real negative source inside them, and they were bothering you. Right, Kimberly? You remember that? And then I turned around and pulled it. I warned it 2 times, and then the 3rd time I pulled it out of the body and destroyed it. And then when I did that, the male body that this nasty negative female being was in, all of a sudden he woke up. He was in Sweden, and all of a sudden he woke up, and he called her up right away and said, "What did you do? The part of me is missing. I've been raped, it's spiritually raped, yada yada yada." And then she told him that she talked with me, and that I talked with that thing inside him, and gave her 2 chances, and after that I killed her. Well, I was going to go do that to Soros, pull him out. And I was immediately stopped by everyone on the other side. They were screaming, "No, no, no, don't do that." And then they told me I had plans for him that I'm just not aware of while I'm in this stupid body. I keep telling you all, you are so much more than what you think you are. It's just when you're in a body, everything's screwed up. It's like taking a tuning fork and you touch it, and it makes a beautiful noise. And when you put it near your ear, you do it again, stick it in tar, and it goes roar. So anyway, I went to do it again a little while ago because I get so pissed out. I'm anxious to do this, and everyone freaked out even harder. No, leave him alone. You got special plans for him. Well, you'll see what I'm going to do to him. It's going to be in public. It'll be everywhere. He's the one that's behind this. In 2016, early 2016, I started talking about the Anunnaki, the good Anunnaki that are here, not the nasty ones that have been here running this planet for over about 10.25 million years. But the Drakh, the Neantids, and then the good Anunnaki came down here and ripped them all out and got rid of them. Well, the ruling house Anunnakis, the bad ones that have been here, nasty, they had their little minions, and then these minions would go talk with. They'd go to talk to different people like George Soros and other generals, presidents, etc., and they'd say that you're going to do this because we want you to, and we're going to give you all this money, and then if you don't want to do it, then we'll just keep the money. We'll start killing off your family, and then you're going to watch us. You're going to watch us do this, and you can take it from there. So anyway, there were so many corrupt people on this planet. You know that this planet is filled with nasty people. There are so many put here on purpose by the original first being female half. this one that everyone has been calling God. Well, that's who has been doing all this stuff. Anyway, she and the male, they're long dead, and these other beings, they have to leave. I'm taking them out. That's my job. So anyway, George Soros, after the ruling party of the nasty Anunnaki here on Earth that have been running it for so long, so many millions of years, after they were taken out, these minions had all this money and everything, and they've been working with a few different people. One of them is George Soros, feeding him so much money. They say he has so many billion. Hey, forget it. This guy's got access to about $4 trillion. So anyway, he gets other billionaires to put money in. Mr. Amazon, Bezos, all these, Warren Buffett, all these other idiots. Of course, can't forget Google and Alphabet company that owns Google, etc., and Twitter, Jack Dempsey, and then Facebook. That's what's his face. He was supposed to not go the route he did, but anyway. So they've been pouring all this money into it for the longest time, buying, like Fox News is communist. They've been bought out for a while to play the game. And George Soros has been putting all this stuff together. George Soros has his plans together where he's going to take over, delete the other the problematic Anunnaki that rulers that used to be here. After they were taken out, their minions. So he was going to be the top dog on the planet. He was going to rule the earth. Anyway, so all these people that are doing this, they're all about to be taken out. Trump's got a big trump card that he hasn't played yet, and you'll find out about it soon. There's already information on the media on his website, banned.video, and they put it right on there. It's been there about 5-6 days. There's a watermark that's on these official ballots that Homeland Security put in there, and without that watermark, has its own material, has its own electronic signal, whatever it puts out there. They can track it, where it is, where it's been. They can count them. They already know what's happened to all the Trump. They already can prove. They're already there to prove the fact that Trump won, and who did what where. Everything's about to come out in the open, but like all these other drug cartels, all this other stuff, I'm going to literally destroy them, take them out. Everything's going to come out in the open, and I am going to destroy China. I'm going to tear it apart. And what's 30% of the population of the planet is not long for being here. They'll be gone soon, dead. And the only good people are the older people that are suffering, and there's just no way to help them except get them out of the body. And like I said, I'm taking the animals, except for the pets. They're going to be here for a while, pets, and just a few of the younger ones. But anyway, okay, that being said, I've talked before about having had internal focal points grow inside my own body as I went through time, getting stronger by being abused so hard for so many lives back to back, and that eventually 4 different focal points were growing inside of me and inside my own spirit energy, and they grew enough into their own to where I released them. And all 4 of them are here on the planet right now. Raj Nayarayan, I can't pronounce his name properly. You're going to meet him. He's from India, and he's living in New Zealand right now. And then, so anyway, there's these other, and another one is Deanna's nephew. He's one of the focal points that came out of me. And then there's another one here in the States, and then there's another one that's inside one of the children that Deanna and I have had. We've had our material taken, and sexual material, and made children. They made children out of them. I talk to them all the time. To most all the kids, usually just as a group, because there's so many, and it's really hard to do things through these bodies. Plus, when I was first started doing this, I think it was about 2010 that I got in a big fight with the original first being male and female, and they were trying to tell me what to do. And he went and he said, without saying it out loud, he said, then this original first being male, okay, they're not in bodies. But they were talking together. She was talking with him, and then he in his head was thinking, I'm going to fix this guy talking about me. I'm going to fix him tonight. And he did. That night, when I woke up, we got to sleep in a body. Okay, we have to shut down. And that's when we're vulnerable. So anyway, he went into my head and literally destroyed, fused part of my brain. And then when I woke up, I didn't know who I was, where I was, or anything. And I eventually, got through it, but I couldn't see like I used to. But it doesn't matter. I just went around it. Anyway, so I had these other parts of me, focal points. They're all here to do some work. And then also, after a while, my actual aura, the energy, my energy from around me that the focal points had grown in after the 4 focal points were released, my energy, spirit energy body became sentient enough to where I needed to release it. So it's kind of like I walked right out of my own energy. Now, I'm telling you this for a reason. I have to explain things to you in some detail, at least, for you to have any way to relate to some of the stuff I'm saying. Okay, so after that happened, and many lives later, these focal points started growing again inside me. I have 3 that are inside me. One was in the youngest one, that they'll separate and be given freedom, whatever they want, soon after these lives they're having. One of them was in JFK, John F. Kennedy. He was the youngest, and then the oldest was inside Ronald Reagan, and then the next one is inside Trump. Now, I've also said that I've told, and this is in book number 2, I think. Book 1 is creation, how it all started and everything. Book 2 is how everything grew and happened for over the vast majority of the time creation's been around. And then there's the 3rd book, which has all the latest stuff, the war, getting rid of it's silent war. It's more of an extraction, but there was a lot of fighting. All underground, almost all underground, with the problematic Anunnaki here on the planet, when the Drak and Nantids and the good Anunnaki actually caught him, drove him out, killed him. And anyway, so anyway, with these other parts of myself that are still actually attached to me, Trump is part of me. And also what I was saying is that when the original first being male, and what's in book number 2, I believe, when the original first being male and female started releasing the souls, they released, you'll have to read the book, books 1, 2, and 3. You can buy all 3 books, plus the cards, plus the rune book. They're on Amazon.com right now, but they're about to be published in this new country we're starting. After the Spiritual Foundation closes, when it opens, the ETs will be publishing these books. Excuse the delay. This brain is... I'm getting help from myself inside to tear this body and brain down, to hurry up and shut it down, and it's just ridiculous to try and do this, and I have to hurry up and do it now. But anyway, so when the original first being male and female had released their second wave of souls, when it was 80% released, Lily and I were releasing the were releasing 3 waves of spirit that were all sourced from Lily and I. First it was source angels and source animal, and then the rest was what we had left in that field of that section of us was all put together for source people. And we started before 80% of the way through, but we were finishing and winding up shortly after 80% was released. Now, also in the third wave of souls that were released by the original first being male and female, about 40% of the way through that, Lily and I started releasing another wave, just one single wave of our spirit, just what we were, just releasing that. And we finished just while 80% of the wave was done by when the original first being male and female were just passing the 80% part of their third wave of souls they were releasing. Lily and I were finishing with our second wave of beings, parts of us, and those, they had some lives but not many, and they were taken and they were somewhat hidden, they were somewhat protected. Unfortunately, the first ones weren't quite as well protected, but anyway, they're still out there, so they're out there too. As a matter of fact, one of those is very close to President Trump, and he's in a ET hybrid body. So anyway, the people that you would be concerned about having this information already have it, and Soros can't do a damn thing about it. He's known that for a long time. So for those of you hanging on, we're almost done. And also, if you know the Alaska Trio, they just had a baby boy, so now they're to quadruple or something. Very healthy, and everyone's doing good. And congratulations and all good thoughts for that. Okay, now what's going to happen now? Okay, Trump is literally going to win. He's already won this election, but he's going to win it, and then they're going to give him another 4 years after that, because what he went through, his first term in office was nothing but being impeached. And that, actually there's a clause in the Constitution that can be taken that way, and it will be. Okay? I'm telling you, because if there's a need for it, I'll make sure it does. That's what's going to happen. That's what needs to happen, and that's what's going to happen on its own or with whatever needs to be, whatever. I'll do it. Anyway, all these communists are being taken out. That's why China's being destroyed. You'll see that immensely here soon. I told you about the animals, but the pets staying. As long as the pets are loved and taken care of. If somebody doesn't have the money and they love their pet and they're trying to take care of it, they're going to wind up receiving money, food, and everything they need. But if they're not, they don't have the love and don't take care of them, then the animals will just be taken away. And those people like that, I'm getting rid of them. That's all there is to it. That's enough of this crap. When something is negative and doesn't want to do, and they want to control it, even if they're not negative, there's a lot of stuff that's clean spirit, but it wants to control, it wants to abuse. It's following the way of the original first being male and female. That's not going to be allowed. They want to keep it up, no problem. I'm going to delete them. And the worse they've done, the more painful it is. Wait till you see what I do to George Soros. He will scream. And you will see it. You will watch it. All the intellectual property that China has taken is going to be given back to its original owner. All the land that's been taken and everything else will be given back to the people, as well as in Tibet too. All of them are going to receive back what they lost, plus at least 50% more of what they lost. At least 50% more. China, the country China, will never be allowed to be put together again, to be reborn. It ain't going to happen. Once they call it, once the people from Hong Kong and Taiwan unite inside China with the people there that are left, and there won't be many left, when they create a new country, once they call it something other than China, then it'll be allowed to really grow and prosper. But I'm not going to let it until they get away, until they delete China, that word China. Now this new nation, the seas, that's how the world changes, is by what they offer everyone else. The United States will be the first one to become part of it. There's things that are happening in Spain. I know Spain's about to join, and there's others. But you have to get rid of your nukes. You have to get rid of war. I'll be taking most all that out myself, but not the nukes. They have to give up their nukes willingly. And if someone says, okay, we followed your guidelines to join your new nation, and when you join a new nation, you have a new form of internet, which nobody can touch. You have access to a way of living that's free for everyone. Everyone has a place to live, like a free home, free utilities, free food. It's that'll be going on all over the world. Somalia and Ethiopia are two places that's going to start real quick. The ground's already been cultivated. People have seen the ships out there on the ground, and they don't know what to make of it. It's just the lights that hover low over the ground, but they've actually been fertilizing some of the ground. And they will have free food. Other countries that want it, fine, but they're going to have to pay, one way or the other. But anyway, healthcare, they have like 4 different machines they use to do everything from putting in sutures to broken bones to heart surgery, even lung surgery. I mean, they have equipment that like a 3D printer, but it's so much more advanced, that actually grows new body parts for you. But it's your body's compatible to it, because it's literally from your body. The only thing that's different is any DNA flaws that are in your original DNA. They pull the flaws out. So you get something that's new, but it's not going to break again the same way, like a heart or whatever. There's going to be people that are going to join, and then they go against the rules. They'll lose everything and have taken away whatever's a problem. If anybody wanted to bother this new nation or anything, their military is the strongest military in the universe. But were they to do that, our new military for the new nation won't have the chance to move, because I'm going to deal with it myself. I told you that 2020 everything changes, and we're going to have a whole new beautiful way of life. Those that want to start problems, control, and everything else, I'm literally taking them out of bodies. But if they maintain and won't change who they are, and I'll know immediately, then I just delete them, period. They no longer exist. That's how you clean creation. So anyway, I said I wasn't going to do another video. Heck, I've said that a few times, but I can't do the actual video part of it. I'm just taking the audio, doing it so you know that you can hear my slightly different, unique voice, and you can tell that it's me. But you had to know about the foundation, the spiritual foundation shop closing, and only spheres right now. But because of what's going on, I needed to tell you more. Those of you that didn't want to wait to hear it, that's cool. Love you anyway, man. But this, I am finally ready to walk out of here and walk out of this body, or jump out of it, whatever it takes. But don't anyone think that these communist idiots are going to get anywhere. And if you are voting for the Biden-Harris ticket, or if you're a Democrat, you need to look at what's going on. You need to open up your heart and your abilities and look at them, look at everything happening, and be realistic. A lot of these people, George Soros has got military, mercenaries that are in these groups that starting the fires and everything. They break the windows and then they walk away. I wonder why they do that. They also have people that help them do that, and the reason why they do that, they were doing that is because they got paid good money that originated from George Soros, and they're not getting involved with getting locked up. They're waiting for the big stuff, which is coming now. They will be hiding within the people and shooting the police with lethal armor-piercing rounds, etc. And you will see me. ETs cannot come just save us from that, but it's not their job, it's mine. And that's going to happen. So I wanted to get out of here a long time ago, but it wasn't set up like that because of the way the other sides run, which is wrong, which is I'm going to change. So that's why things are so screwed up. That's why I'm not home yet. Every animal, everything, any singular or group of beings that are suffering, it needs to stop now. That's why I wanted out of here starting 5 years ago. I got the books written so you'd know, and I want it out. And I've still tried to get out and haven't been able to, but it's a done deal by December, by the end of this year. The end of December. So don't give up. Don't think that this is going to fall away. There's no God. There was only the original one, male and female, that were abusive as hell. They played God and they played devil, just like their angels. Their servants played angels and demons. They're dead. I killed them. What you have now is your family. Your oldest brother and oldest sister, all they want to do is take care of you. Don't tell me what you want me to do and what you feel I have to do. Don't give me any orders. You won't like what happens. But if you really need something, I'll take care of you. People are still going to break bones, fall down. There's still going to be things happening that are a little bit rough about being in a body, but you'll never be abused again. So, and the actual hard abuse and everything that you suffer, 80+% of it will be gone. So anyway, just understand that you're so much more than what you think you are. Understand that there is something that cares about you much more than it cares about itself. There's a male and a female. Lily's sleeping. I keep her separated and frozen and hidden in dimensions within dimensions where nobody could find her. Every time I've had a life for the trillions of lives, I get out of here, I'm going to get her out. You'll see. But not only has Trump not lost the election, he's won. Oh, and it'll also be the House and the Senate too. Everything's going Republican, and then we're about to get rid of this Republican and Democratic parties. There's just going to be one government, and you vote for the people. You'll find out more about that as it happens. Well, folks, take care, and thanks for listening. I'll always be here.